Episode 178. Ye Shu was just as shocked as Fan Hua. If this was a rookie, it would be terrifying. You have to understand, this record run is all about skill. If Fan Hua were just a veteran, I'd only be able to give him some sidekick duties. If it's a rookie, that's just too much to handle.
You're not stuck, are you?
Yiki.
It's just a bit of nerves.
What's there to be nervous about?
Your tactics are way out of line.
Fan Hua replied,
Calm down. The worst is yet to come.
Oh,
Get up there, quick!
Ye Shu said, his eyes locked intently on the screen. He needed to get a good look at just how skilled this windward formation really was. If he's really a rookie, then we've got to swap him out, no question. A newbie isn't scary. It's the newbie who pretends to know what they're doing that's truly terrifying. Fan Hua covered a great distance this time, leaped decisively, and landed firmly. Ye Shu saw that the distance and force were perfectly judged. So, he really wasn't a newbie after all. But Ye Shu still had to point out the flaws.
I said to use aerial gunfire. Why did you just jump?
Oh, right, I forgot. Should we restart?
Let's restart. We can use it as practice. The aerial gun jump might be tricky. If you really can make it, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I can.
Yes, of course, Fan Hua quickly replied. The gun flying technique involved flying backwards, and it required precise control of the gun to manage both the flight distance and the landing point. It all came down to experience. While in flight, there was no time to swing the camera view over for a look. The wind blade had already jumped down from the stone window and moved a good distance away. Ye Qiu glanced at his position and immediately asked,
How many shots are you planning to take?
6 shots.
6 shots, all high shots. Too high can't get through the window.
I thought so. And if it's a bit farther out?
Get it a little closer, and 5 shots will do it.
Right here.
Yeah, that works.
Right, said Fan Hua, taking a step in that direction. Fan Hua acknowledged, took his stance, leapt into the air, spun and fired. Revolver bullets flew in a frenzy. The recoil from 5 successive shots pushed him perfectly through the stone window. Just then, the 4-mob Su Mu Chang had pulled from around the corner arrived. The 4 swiftly gathered the 12 minions together and attacked. Fan Hua squatted by the window, feeling utterly forlorn. He wasn't here to be part of the scenery. At last, the voice giving him orders arrived.
Fan Hua, attack the 2 in the very center of the circle. See them?
Fan Hua peered intently into the monster cluster, staring for a long while until he finally saw it, and it brought him to tears.
This isn't the center at all.
These 12 minions weren't standing in neat rows for their inspection in the heat of battle. They were all tangled together. Even Lord Grimm and his crew would occasionally dive right into the thick of the mob. Fan Hua stared at the spot for a full minute, but couldn't pinpoint any central position among this pack of monsters. Watch my attack. Suddenly, a girl's voice crackled over the comms, making it impossible to tell if it was Cold Mist or Wind Uncle's smoke screen. Soon, Windy smoke screen was seen. After dashing away, he suddenly leapt, spun mid-air, and opened fire.
With a blast from his cannon, he propelled himself onto a nearby high platform. That voice came through again.
See that? Fan Hua was bewildered. I just fired it. That cannon shot.
Yeah.
Wow, I was so busy watching the people. I didn't even see the cannon.
Look, this time, Su Mu Chang said. From the high platform, Windward Mist and Rain opened fire once more. Windblade watched closely and saw a shell explode right in the middle of the monster pack. Fan Hua was once again reduced to tears. His sharpshooter's bullets found their mark. Those were little snowflakes, clearly visible in distinct clusters. But the gunner's shell exploded with a spectacular bang, sending up a billowing cloud of smoke and a shower of sparks.
Who did that shot even hit?
The blast was so blinding, I couldn't see a thing.
Alright, attack. I still don't see it.
Why haven't you seen it yet?
Your artillery is just too powerful. Fan Hua was on the verge of tears. This explanation felt so childish. How about this then? As she spoke, Su Mocheng swung Wind Calm Smoke's heavy machine gun and unleashed a direct, sweeping barrage. This time, she didn't use the recoil control technique. The bullets flew in a perfectly straight line, a direct thread from the muzzle to one specific minion in the monster pack. Yeah, I see it. Fan Hua, I see it, he hurriedly replied. If he'd missed it this time, he'd have died of shame. Fan Hua immediately drew his gun and began firing at the minor monster. Just as I was pondering why it was considered the center, the little monster suddenly spun around, turning toward Windward Mist.
It spoke in perfectly standard Mandarin.
You looking to die, little girl. The low-level thugs and thieves in the Rogues' Quarter are all human, so of course they speak human language. Unlike goblins, which just sound like a bunch of shrieking.
The undead creatures, however, all wail and moan.
No! Fan Hua, who claimed to know the glazed lands like the back of his hand, instantly realized this mob's aggro had shifted to Feng Shu Yan Mao. The girl, while pointing out the main target for him, had accidentally pulled aggro. Feng Hua was utterly mortified. Yet Windward Mist seemed completely unfazed, her barrage of fire continuing with relentless intensity. The cannon's muzzle glowed as it gathered energy with a sharp whoosh, and a laser beam blasted the taunting OT mob flat on its back. This is the gunner's level 30 skill, Laser Cannon. Its attack range is the longest of any skill in all of Glory, and its attack power is immense. It can also be charged, boosting its power by 40%, but it also generates a powerful recoil. The player must use their own skill to step back and dissipate the force. If you don't handle it right, you could get knocked flat on your back. The accuracy of this attack could also be compromised. For Su Mucheng, such a basic maneuver was no problem at all. As the laser cannon fired, Windward Rain slipped back in a smooth slide, perfectly dispersing the recoil. But she was already OT, and yet she still unleashed such a powerful attack skill. She's just asking to die faster. This is something Fan Hua simply can't comprehend. While they were both positioned on the high ground, that elevation was just to give them a better line of sight for long-range shots.
If you think the mobs on high ground can only stand below and look up, you're dead wrong.
These human NPCs can even speak Mandarin. Jumping, that's nothing. They can do that too.
Oh!
Fan Hua kept shouting, reminding everyone OT is a critical mistake that often leads to a total party wipe. Fan Hua took it with the utmost seriousness, shouting at the top of his lungs, "Calm down, rookie. You just OT'd, that's all." Steamed Bun Invasion laughed heartily. "It's just an OT rookie," said Fan Hua, utterly unable to accept either of those statements. In his opinion, the real rookie was the one who could dismiss an OT as just anything.
He was just about to retort when he heard the sound of the launcher over there.
It's fine, look.
What are you looking at now? You keep staring! Fan Hua was getting annoyed.
His gaze never left the monster pack. "What are you looking at?" he muttered, scanning the swarm again for the one that had gone OT and been abandoned. He realized he couldn't even pick out that one little monster anymore. The monster's aggro was already on Windward Rain, so it should have broken from the pack to charge at her. That was glaringly obvious just a moment ago.
But in that brief moment of distraction, Fan Hua could no longer spot any minion with that intention. The aggro had already been pulled back.